Hey, happy Friday. Y'all knew I was going to pop in just to say what's up to y'all today, see how everyone is doing. Just kind of drop a couple nuggets on y'all to maybe help you get through this Friday. We ain't even got to worry about tomorrow. Sometimes I just ask God, listen, just let me see it through this day. Just see me through this day, and I will be ever so grateful. I'm not going to worry about what tomorrow is going to bring because today has enough troubles of its own. I do believe that is in the Word of God, where I'm not exactly sure, but that sounds like a familiar passage of scripture. I don't know. I've just always been the type of person that associated myself with the Word of God. So, that's where that came from. But it's true. It's just absolutely so true. We never know what today is going to bring. So, why worry about tomorrow? I don't want to worry at all. I don't want to live my life with any kind of worry or stress about lack or family or future or, even the things that I want or need or desire. I just have faith in my heart that as long as I do my part, that it is going to happen. So I know God is on my side. I know I did not make it this far just to make it this far. I know He is with me. He's the reason why I am here today. When I look back on my life and think about all the things that God has allowed me to make it through, listen, I mean, it is a miracle. You're looking at a miracle. I'm telling you, you are, because I have made it through some terrible situations. I should not even, my life has been spared so many times, but I should have been snapped and lost my doggone mind. All of the things that God has allowed me to make it through. So I'm grateful for my strength. I really am. I know some people who did snap and lose their mind, and I'm still working on myself mentally. I'm still working on how to control my thoughts and my emotions, and focus on positive things and the things that I want for myself and for my children and for my future, opposed to the things that I don't want. That's why I am allowing myself to learn more and more every single day. That is why I jump on these lives and I pass on the knowledge and information to you, the things that I learn on a regular basis, because it is just so important. And that's one thing that we have not learned how to allow ourselves to take control over. Like, we want to have control over everything else, but we don't have power and control over our own thoughts and our own minds, and just simply the thoughts that go through our head on a moment to moment basis. Your thoughts control your emotions and how you feel. I mean, there is people in the hospital right now with terminal illnesses who have allowed themselves to be overtaken by depression and mental health disorders. Like, these things are real, and they will wipe you out of here just as quick as a speeding bullet. So that's why to me, I can't force it on anyone, but to me, learning how to control the things that go through my mind on a regular basis is a top priority to me, because I want to feel good all the time. And most of the time I do feel good, and I'm grateful for that. Most of the days I do have amazing days, and I'm very purposeful about that. Now today I'm purposeful about the direction that I want to see my life goes in. I don't want to just be just situation after situation that controls the direction that my life goes in. I want to be in control of the direction that my life goes in on the regular basis. I want to be able to snap back and bounce back from whatever happens, hard times or whatever situations that comes my way. I don't want my life to be determined by circumstances or things that happen to me. I want to control my life. I want to be the master of my fate. I want to be the captain of my soul. I want to be free. I want to be happy, and I want to share these things with people, especially those of us who are stuck in suffering and have been stuck in a state of suffering, of whatever kind of suffering in any way. I want to let someone know that there is freedom out there waiting for you. You just have to go after it. You have to be very purposeful about that. So I'm not going to be with y'all too long today. Today, of course, Fridays, I just try to pop on. Sometimes I go a little longer than I intend to go. But basically, Fridays are just the days where I just want to come in and just give you guys a little bit of what has been on my mind. I don't get into any studies on Fridays. I just talk a little bit about, basically, it is really what God drops into my spirit, and that is what I pass on to you guys. I know Wednesday, what was my message on Wednesday? So I think it was self-control, and we were talking about well, I'm saying we, like I'm having conversations with y'all, but yeah, and I was trying to name the fruits of the spirit, which I knew I wasn't going to know right off the top of my head what all of the fruits of the spirit was. So I had to like piggyback off behind that. I did look up some of the fruits of the spirit. I think I did touch on a few of them when I was trying to name them, but patience is what I wanted to just speak about a little bit today, which is one of the fruits of the spirit. So in our process of us trying to grow and get better and be happier and enjoy life more, and come out of the rut, that revolving cycle of whatever chaos, whatever has been going on in your life for way too long, whatever baggage, whatever addiction, whatever has been holding you down, as long as you are, first of all, it starts in your mind. Everything starts as a thought. When I wanted to clean myself up from drug and alcohol use, or stop smoking, or whatever I set my heart out to do, I thought about it first, and then I began to act on it. And no, it did not just turn around for me instantly. I had to learn how to utilize patience. So patience is a virtue. That's not just a saying, or just that don't just sound good. Patient is actually a virtue. It is a good thing to be able to wait patiently until your time has come, and while waiting, you have to still do the work. Like, you can't just do it one time or think it's just going to happen for you overnight. You will begin to see these things unfold before you, slowly but surely, as long as you know that you are working toward the thing that you want to happen in your life. You have to keep pressing at it. Sometimes you have to be aggressive. You have to be aggressive with following after your destiny, or your hopes, or your dreams, or your future. You have to do away with old bad behaviors, or whatever has been controlling your life for way too long, with people, situations, relationships, family ships, whatever. I don't care what it is. I mean, at some point you have to think about it like it don't matter. Anybody can go. To me, I can't speak for nobody else, but at this point anybody can go, because I want my life way too bad. Anybody and anything. When I think about the drastic decisions that I had to make to leave some people behind, I had to realize for myself that where God is taking me, everybody can't go. And even some of the people that I did not expect to have to leave behind, it hurt to have to leave some people behind because, you know, you just thought that some people were, you know, going to be by your side forever, but that is not always the case. You know, sometimes it hurts more to try to hold on to something than it is to let go. Like we holding on to this person or this thing, and our hands are bleeding. Like it's blood dripping from your hands. You holding on so tight to something that is hurting you. If you just let that grip loose, I'm telling you, you will be free. It is freeing to let some people and some things go, because once you let it go, you can move forward. You holding on to that thing is literally halting your growth. It's stopping you from moving forward, and at the same time it's hurting you. So sometimes we have to let some things go. You just have to. I mean, it's totally up to you. I mean, you can't tell grown people what to do, and I realize that. But I know somebody out here needs to hear that today, because you want something and you have it in your heart and in your mind to strive towards it, and it's just some things that are holding you back, that you have not allowed yourself to let loose of yet. And I'm telling you, today it's time for you to let it go. It is time for you to let it go so you can move forward and do the thing that God is calling you to do. Do the thing that you know you want to do, to fulfill your own happiness, to fulfill your own hopes, and to fulfill your own dreams. Sometimes we can get lost in helping somebody else. I gotta help them. I gotta help him, or I love him, or I love her. But how much do you love you? You can love them as much as you want to. I mean, I love. You know, the people that I had to leave behind, I still love. I'm human. I have emotions. Love is the most powerful emotion. I'm always going to love these people, some individuals, no matter who it is. You just can't go with me. You know, some people you just have to love from a distance, and you have to love yourself enough to let them go, because you so busy loving them. Who's loving you? They might not even be returning back to you the same love that you are extending to them. You know, so who's going to love you? You have to pour into yourself. I was doing a in-person motivational speech this week, and someone who was in the audience asked me, you know, I love giving people a chance to ask questions or say whatever is on their mind or in their heart while I'm speaking, even if, I mean, they always, you know, raise their hand just like they in school and excuse themselves. And I let one of the young men say what he asked me a question, say what he wanted to say to me, and he said, I don't see how you do so much. Like, how do you take on so many things at one time? It's almost unbelievable that you just take on so many things. And I thought that was a very good question that he asked me, and I simply explained to him that I pour in to myself tremendously. I mean, I give of myself. I mean, in the purest form, I give of myself now probably more than I have ever given of myself in my entire life. But I pour into myself so much mentally, physically, emotionally. I take care of me. And I know if I don't take care of me, no one else is going to voluntarily say, hey, you know, you need something, are you okay? I mean, I know my children love me, but nobody is going to pour into me the way that I pour into me. And in turn, it allows me to take on so many things. I mean, I am favored by God. He allows me to do things one thing at a time, where I am able to execute on high levels because I pour into myself. Like, we so busy giving of ourselves that we not putting nothing back into it. And then we find ourselves being so exhausted because we are just giving so much of ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with giving of yourself. I volunteer, I give of myself. I really do, but I put back into myself as well. And that is very, very, very important. So my message for today is simply be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your self growth. And while you are while you are being patient, continue to grow and move forward and be creative in your self growth and do whatever the things that you have to do to achieve your happiness and your peace and whatever you desire in life, your physical fitness, your financial fitness. You tired of being stressed out. You tired of being emotionally distraught. Some people may suffer from anxiety or depression or post-traumatic stress disorder. I do not negate the fact that those mental illnesses are real and people suffer from those things on a regular basis. But instead of focusing on your mental illness, focus on your happiness, and your mental illness will eliminate itself. It just will. That is the best way to do it. And I'm telling you, this is coming from a person who was seriously mentally messed up. I was just totally messed up in my mind for a very long time. And of course, I believe it stemmed from the abuse that I had to endure for so many years. But that was a deep hole to climb out of. I'm telling you, it was. I'd slipped back down into that hole. It's like climbing out of a muddy well or something. I don't know. That was it was. It's hard to climb out of mental dysfunction or depression or anything that is taking your mind mentally. That is not an easy thing to do. And I tell people all the time, and I will tell you again, one thing that I refuse to do is give up on myself. I refuse to allow myself to give up on myself. As much as I fall, as much as I fail, I jump right back up and I continue to try over and over and over again, because at the end of the day, it was all worth it. And it is still all worth it. I'm still working on myself. I still have a long way to go, but I have came an extremely long way, and every bit was worth it. Every failure, every try, every reset, every person that I had to lose, everyone that hurt me, all that kind of stuff, it was worth every bit of the way. I'm glad that God revealed people for who they really are to me. I would rather know than to not know. You can't have snakes in your garden. That's not a good thing. I don't know the type of damage in a literal term that snakes might do to a garden, but I know I don't like snakes. So I just don't like them, period. So I don't want no snakes in my garden. So I'm glad that God allowed the snakes to hiss. Sometimes he let them hiss through what's those bullhorn things that that like loud and clear. Like, I'm like, thank you, God. Like, God just looked out for me with that, like letting me know, just separating people who are really, on my team and those who aren't. And it hurt to see some of the people who have never been for me, but I'm glad to know, because if I hadn't gotten that rude awakening, I probably would have been misled even in my growth. And I don't want to get all the way far up in my growth and then find out at a bad time. So I believe the timing of it all was perfect. So I really thank God for that. But so I'm just continuing to be patient and continuing to grow and continuing to work on myself. So utilize your patience muscle. Like if you never did a day before in your life, to be patient is a good thing. Maybe I'll do a whole study. I'm not sure. I had to look through my notes and see if we have gotten down into patience one day, and just really, learning how to realize how good patience will work out for us in our favor, because patience is a good thing, even though we may not want to be patient in this microwave society. We want everything now, now, now. We want our food now. We want our food so quick that some of the food that they are calling food ain't even food. Like, what is it? GMO, genetically modified, and all that stuff. That's not food. Some of that stuff don't come from real animals or from out the ground for real. Like, that ain't from nature. Like, where is that? They whipping that stuff up in labs and calling it food, and that's because we want it so quick. We want it now, so they're catering to, I guess, this microwave society, and in turn, a lot of people are getting sick and getting cancer and dying and all of that kind of stuff, because we are putting so many genetically modified products into our body, and then we're wondering why we are coming up with some of these terminal illnesses, because we just want it now. I don't want to wait for my food. I want to go through the drive-through, and then we get mad if we in the drive-through for too long. I mean, if I had the choice, I would rather grow my food. I was just mentioning to my son yesterday how I am looking forward to growing things like tomatoes and watermelon and peppers and things like that, and just growing greens in my own garden and things of that nature. Those are the things that are really going to be beneficial to us. So listen, and it don't happen overnight. You don't plant the seed one day and then reap the fruits of it the next day. It just don't work like that. You have to continue to water that seed, and you have to let it grow. And I don't know exactly everything. Fertilize it. Here in the state of Delaware, I think they use chicken poop, because you can smell it. Woo, it is a terrible smell. I mean, it is like big cornfields and everything everywhere where I live at, and the fertilizer that they use certain times of the year can stink up a whole neighborhood. But the crops, I mean, you guys, sometimes it stink. Growing stinks. You have to water it, and you have to grow, and it's just not going to be easy to grow and to be fruitful and to move forward. But we have to learn how to utilize our patience. I'm telling you, it will help you. It will help you tremendously if you know how to be patient on a regular basis. So that is it, you guys. Listen, I love y'all. I want y'all to go out here and enjoy this Friday. Enjoy it to the fullest. Do something amazing for yourself today, even if it's not buying yourself something. Do something for yourself mentally that is going to carry you a long way. Sit somewhere and take a couple deep breaths and settle your mind and settle your thoughts. Get away from the stress. Turn away from gossip or he say, she say, and I just don't want to hear it. If you want to come talk to me, tell me something good. Tell me something that is going to feed my soul in a pleasurable way. I don't want to hear nothing negative. No, I'm nobody arguing with nobody and what this person did and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to do away with all that junk, all that mess, all that nonsense today, and do something for yourself that is going to benefit you in a positive way. I'm telling you, when you take time out to do things like that for yourself, it is never a waste of time. Even if you don't notice instantly the positive effect that it is having on you, Give yourself a little bit of time. Like wait later on in the day, and you just gonna be feeling good for no reason, and you're gonna be like, wow, I wonder why I feel so good. That's because you took time out to meditate or to pray or to, relax your thoughts or your mind or your body or whatever that you took time out to do for yourself. It is going to benefit you in a major way. These are things that I do for myself all the time, and I'm so glad that I do. So listen, God bless you guys. Don't forget, my YouTube channel is on and popping. I am so grateful and glad and excited about the growth that is taking place, not only in my YouTube channel. I mean, that is just one thing, just in my life, period. God is doing some truly amazing things for me and even for my children. Like, I am just so grateful for the transformation that is taking place. And I look forward to things getting better and celebrating and just doing great things and growing even more and helping people even more. I believe some people are being helped by my testimony and by my motivation, and I'm just grateful for that. So my YouTube channel is full of motivational videos. I believe I have over 900 videos on my YouTube channel right now. So go like, share, and subscribe. That is True Value Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. And also, let me drop my books on y'all real quick before I go. True Value Knowing Your Worth on Amazon, Kindle version, paperback version. I will autograph. I will be having a book signing as soon as that becomes possible for me to do. I will have my books on sale, and I will be autographing those books. So my first book, True Value Knowing Your Worth. My second book, Walking Treasures, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. My third book, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness. And my fourth book is called Religiously, and that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. I had a couple people pop in on my books and just, I'm telling you, even if you don't read it, it allows you to read like a quick description of just take an inside peek of the books. And I had people walk up to me while I'm in the gym working out like, wow, I looked on your author's page and I read a couple pages out your book, and these are things that I always wonder about, and people are afraid to talk about. And I'm just getting so much feedback from people, some people that may have bought the book and some people who intend on buying the book. And it is just such an exciting thing for me. I am so grateful, and I am so glad that God is allowing me to use my creativity to give back into the world. So it ain't gonna stop. I'm here for it all. So God bless you guys. I love you. Thank you all to everyone who popped in and caught this live broadcast. I am a little later in the day than I intend to be, but I decided to take it easy on myself this morning, and I just didn't want to be overwhelming on myself. I just wanted to take my time. So that's what I did. Listen, sometimes you just gotta do what you got to do. But in the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed. God bless you. I love you. I intend on coming back here next Wednesday with another life lesson. So tune in for my life lessons. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. You never know who this may be helping or benefiting in some kind of way. It may help someone in your family who has been struggling or whatever. So, and always don't forget to speak positivity over yourself. I just want you to be very mindful to I am amazing, I am great, I am wonderful, I am beautiful, I am wonderfully made. Whatever you want to speak over yourself, affirm goodness into your spirit on the regular basis. That is going to be the fuel that keeps your engine moving. I'm telling you, when you know that you are worthy, you know, your life is just worth anything and everything that you want it to be. So speak positivity over yourself, whatever you want to put behind that I am, as long as it is something good. So listen, I love you. God bless you. In the meantime, y'all continue to stay blessed.